I think we've been talking about NFTs every day that we're on the show, which just means that it's a bullish market for NFTs, and which is also on Ethereum. So we're kind of staying in the same lane. But essentially, the news here is from ESPN, Brian Workhorst, who's one of the premier reporters over there, showing that NBA Top Shot had one of its NFTs sell for $100,000. This NFT is basically a tokenized, let's say like a video play of New Orleans, I think is a forward. Zach, you can probably correct me there, but Zion Williams blocking another player in his debut for the Pelicans. I think it was 2 seasons ago now. And the NFT is basically just like it's a wrapped image on the Top Shot platform, and you can technically view the image on YouTube, but people are accruing value to these things because they have some sort of tokenized nature to them. So I want to toss it down to Zach, who just loves the sports stuff.
I love sports. I really do. I love sports. Yeah, no, Top Shot is crazy. Top Shot exists on the Flow blockchain, which is a creation of Dapper Labs, which used to live on Ethereum with CryptoKitties. They had a hard time making Ethereum work for them, so they built their own blockchain. It's on Flow. Dapper seems to be the only people building on Flow at the moment, as far as I can tell, but presumably some of the second-order marketplaces that come when a robust market exists will pop up on Flow, hopefully. But yeah, I think the Top Shot thing is really crazy in that it's captivating a lot of interest outside of typical crypto dork circles. So, you said that the Woj filed that story on the Zion thing, fetching 100K. It's pretty cool. Guys like Darren Ravel and other sort of sports media fixtures have sort of discovered Top Shot and are sort of making a lot of noise around it. So I think, again, this represents what could be a crossover moment for crypto stuff. I want to do a basketball pun metaphor, but I failed. Jumping over to the mainstream. We'll still see. I mean, this could be like Will, like you said, this could be like the top signal of the top of the NFT market froth. But I think there's still a lot more to come here as collectibles find a digital form that makes sense. Ben, take it away.
All right, I just got to jump in briefly and do a few corrections for you, Will. It's Zion Williamson, who came to the league last year as one of the most hyped rookies since LeBron James. Hence,
Ben is the NBA podcast listener here. Yeah,
it is true. This is my escapism from the pandemic, even though there is no way to escape from it. So I just had to briefly jump in that regard, and that is why this thing is so valuable. But I think, something that stuck out for me in this article is, not only is this thing selling for a lot, but it's giving the league an opportunity to cash in on secondary markets. Kind of during the pandemic, trading cards have also seen a huge increase in value. And I've referenced this, the last show, but I thought that was really interesting. Is it my understanding here that in some ways this is going to let the league cash in on these markets that are going on, but also potentially the estates of some of the players? I saw this reference. Will, can you tell me a little bit more about that aspect of it?
Yeah, I might have to boot that down to Zach, but from my understanding, NBA Top Shot has acquired the rights from the NBA and the NBPA, which is National Basketball Players Association, which is like the union for NBA players. And some of the value, I think, does trickle down to NBA players. I mean, they always got to get their cut. But I think Zach has more of the details on that.
Actually, no, not really. I don't really have a ton of details on that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Sports desk editor doesn't even know.
Hey man, there's so much going on. I can only be sports desk for so much of my day, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Ethereum, which is where most NFTs live. This is again an exception to that. It lives on its own blockchain. Some of the economics around NFTs have gotten really interesting. There's ways to have fractional ownership of really valuable NFTs, and the financialization of NFTs, sort of this mashup of DeFi, yield farming, and NFT digital collectibles has sort of, breathed new life into this sector in the last few months. And I think we're seeing that now. But I am eager to see when, additional infrastructure around Top Shot happens. Right now, it's pretty much just it's a walled garden, pretty much, right? It's the only thing on Flow, as far as I can tell. It exists within a platform that is administered by a well-capitalized company. But the Flow blockchain on which it's built, is a blockchain like any others. It has its own token, the Flow token, which raised a bunch of money through a token sale, I think last fall. So it's going to be interesting to see what else comes on to Flow in addition to these savage dunks, which are so cool. So yeah, we'll see.